Imagine this for a second. You decide to skip sleep for one full week. No power naps, no resting your eyes for just a minute. Just endless, grueling hours with your eyes wide open. What if I told you that doing this would completely hijack how your brain and body function? Welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to unpack the absolute biological nightmare of pushing the human body to this extreme. Okay, let's dive into this. It might sound completely impossible, and for most of us, it absolutely is. But what would really happen to your biology if you actually pulled it off? We're taking a chronological, first-person journey straight into a 168-hour nightmare to see exactly what goes down, day by day. Here's the roadmap for the harrowing biological descent we're about to explore. We'll track the physiological breakdown starting from a single all-nighter at 24 hours, through the 48 and 72-hour marks, deep into the crisis at day 5, and finally, the absolute danger zone at day 7. So, day 1, 24 hours awake. Your brain begins to significantly slow down. Even though you're walking around, your brain is quite literally begging for sleep. Because of this, you'll find yourself really struggling to focus. Simple, everyday tasks, like finding your keys or making coffee, suddenly feel like a huge chore. You're going to get irritable, emotionally sensitive, and, super forgetful. And this brilliantly illustrates just how bad it gets. At the 24-hour mark, your reaction time becomes as severely impaired as someone who is legally intoxicated from drinking alcohol. You're operating with those exact same sluggish reflexes. Your brain simply can't process information fast enough to respond safely to the world around you, making things like driving incredibly dangerous. Fast forward to 48 hours, day 2. The physical symptoms escalate rapidly. Your immune system starts weakening, which makes it way harder for your body to fight off infections. You're talking throbbing headaches, blurred vision, and really poor coordination. Plus, your memory gets super unreliable, and your emotions are so all over the place that incredibly small problems suddenly feel completely overwhelming. 72 hours, day 3. This is where things get weird. Your brain, it gets pushed entirely into survival mode. Reality, it starts feeling deeply confusing. The line between what's actually happening and what isn't, it just begins to blur entirely. Which brings us to the terrifying onset of hallucinations. At 72 hours, a lot of people start seeing shadows out of the corner of their eye that just aren't there. You might hear sounds, maybe even voices that totally don't exist. Your ability to think clearly drops off a cliff, making even the easiest decisions, like what to drink or where to sit, becomes an agonizingly difficult puzzle. Moving into days 4 and 5, your body is under extreme physiological stress. Stress hormones are skyrocketing to dangerous levels. Because of this, your heart is forced to work so much harder, and your blood pressure can shoot right up. Your immune system, it plummets to its absolute weakest point yet. Even basic conversations become difficult because your brain is struggling so hard just to process incoming information. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this bizarre, desperate survival mechanism called microsleeps. During these days of extreme deprivation, your brain actually falls asleep for a few seconds, even if your eyes remain completely open. It's literally an automatic override by your nervous system. It forces a shutdown to grab rest, while you appear to the outside world to be totally awake. By day 6, the situation is incredibly severe. Your body is profoundly exhausted, and the brain can simply no longer function normally. The confusion you experience is absolute. Your speech slows to a crawl, your physical balance is remarkably poor, and you may even have trouble recognizing familiar people or remembering where you actually are. The body desperately needs sleep to recover. Finally, we reach day 7, a full week without a single second of sleep. At this point, you are risking total system failure. The brain and body can no longer work properly in any capacity. Without immediate medical treatment and forced rest, prolonged sleep deprivation of this magnitude easily becomes life-threatening. But before you panic about accidentally staying awake forever, let me reassure you. Fortunately, most people cannot naturally stay awake this long. No amount of coffee or sheer willpower can beat biology. Eventually, your body will force sleep upon you, whether through an increasing barrage of those microsleeps or through sheer unavoidable exhaustion. Your biology will step in to save you from yourself. Let's move to and see how this builds into the positive side of things. Stepping away from all that chaos clearly shows us exactly why we need sleep so badly in the first place. Take a look at this breakdown. While you're peacefully sleeping, your body is incredibly busy. Your brain actively stores and organizes memories from the day. Your body is hard at work repairing damaged cells. It strengthens your immune system to fight off tomorrow's bugs, balances crucial hormones, and gives your hardest working muscle, your heart, the vital time it needs to recover. It's literally a brilliant, full-body maintenance routine. Consider this striking fact. Your body can actually survive without food longer than it can function normally without sleep. Crazy, right? It really puts into perspective just how foundational rest is to our basic biological machinery. So, the crucial point is that sleep is absolutely not a luxury. It is one of the most important biological needs for our survival. Just one good night's sleep does wonders. It improves your memory, protects your heart, strengthens your immune system, and fundamentally keeps your brain healthy and highly functional. The next time you think about pulling an all-nighter or pushing through the exhaustion, I want you to remember the 7-day descent we just explored. Will you underestimate the power of sleep tonight? Hopefully not. Make sure you give your brain the rest it deserves. If you enjoyed this explainer and found these science facts fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. Thanks for watching.